2 years ago, the story started with a dream of building a 2JC into this BRC FRS platform. It took me almost a year and a half of a lot of learning, a lot of ranging, and finally the car was done. I was able to enjoy the car for almost 6 months until I had this accident. I made a mistake that cost the entire car. We crashed into a tree and basically the entire car got, I would say, destroyed. And at that moment, when I felt that I needed the most help and support, that's when friends came in, family came in, and this is basically day 2 with Carlos, Gio, and the entire family trying to remove the engine and seeing what parts could be salvageable. Throttle body and that part of the intake. This hanger here, this lid here, bolt, the housing of the filter, engine mounts, this damper thingy, the tensioner, all the plastic covers are out. The mid pan is destroyed, and the lower pan as well. And if we move backwards to the transmission pan, also got hit as well. And it's crazy that I'm seated here 1 month after doing this video, and I really want to share with you how the accident happened. I'm going to share and express with you how do I feel about it and my future plans. I was getting into this intersection and the weather was like this one, not too hot, not too cold, but there were sprinkles in the road. So I stopped here, I turned right, and as soon as I turned right, I decided to accelerate. The car probably was in second gear. I accelerated, the turbo hit, and I ended up crashing that tree. Now, talking about feelings, I do feel guilty about it. You know, it's something that I know that I could have avoided. I know it was produced by my mistake, and I'm fully accountable of that. I acknowledge that. And the second thing is, I feel depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I feel depressed about losing this car. I feel depressed about the entire money that was put in, and probably a bunch of it is lost. Main reason why is the insurance that I had, it was not full coverage, so basically it's taking care of everything but the car. So whatever plan I will decide to do is gonna be basically on my own. But at the same time, I do feel it's a blessing. It's a blessing that both of us, my dad and I, we went out walking out of the accident. We went to the hospital to make sure that my dad was fine. There was nothing wrong with his heart, no his brain, no his bones. There was nothing wrong, and after a couple of hours we were at home that same day. So when you crash, it's quite interesting because there's a lot of energy that is called kinetic energy that translates from a moving object into a stopped object. Basically, in this case, we crashed into a tree, so the deceleration was extremely fast. The way that the physics measure that acceleration power or deceleration power, there is a unit that is called G unit. So basically, what you do is you study and you understand how much G-force several events could happen, and then basically you have a comparison to understand how bad it could have been or how bad it was. Just to give you some examples of this. Spaghetti Veyron, from 0 to 60, 2.4 seconds, it produces 1.5 Gs. If we talk about the high G roller coaster in the world, 6.3 Gs. If we talk about a Formula 1 car in a peak lateral turn, between 6 to 6.5 Gs. And then it gets a little bit crazier. If you think about jet fighter pilot during ejection seat activation, between 15 and 25 Gs. And if you think about a maximum for human on a rocket, you're talking about 46 Gs. What I did is I made some calculations. There are some online tools, and basically you include the speed that you were driving, the mass of your weight, your body mass or your weight, and then the deceleration time, which crashing into a tree is basically instant. The G that this tool is providing us, it says that we had between 50 to 60 Gs. I'm talking 50 to 60 Gs. That's considered a deadly accident. That's bad. It's really bad. It's a lot of G that the body needs to tolerate. And I think that, first of all, I think there was a miracle in terms of the way we crashed. Crashing in a different direction would have been a disaster because the car was not caged. So a lot of heat and a lot of the crashed energy that we were discussing about, it got into the transmission, the drivetrain, the rear subframe, the front subframe, the suspension. Every single piece of metal got twisted. I do feel blessed. And there's something else that I want to share within this, which is in the rear seat, I had this t-shirt. As you can see, it's a t-shirt of Virgin Mary, but it's a t-shirt that is also extremely dirty. This is a t-shirt that we bought from a group of drug addicts that were in recovery, and they were getting a kind of a fundraiser to get money to sustain their operations and help others. And we decided to buy one of those t-shirts. And since then, I've been using that t-shirt every single time that I was wrenching the car. Why? Because I felt that could protect me. And it certainly had. So let's talk about future plans. I need to rebuild this thing. I don't know how much money it's going to take, to be honest. I don't know how much time it's going to take. But what I'm certain about is I don't want this story to end like this. I don't want the entire channel to finish because I destroyed and I made a mistake and I crashed my car. I think it's sad. I think it's ugly. I think it's not deserving. I think it's everything that is not okay. I need to go back to my roots, go back to my passion, go back to, being happy again, being cheerful again, being excited about, a new project. I would love to rebuild something similar. For sure, that chassis needs to be gone. It's destroyed. It's total. But the combination of a 2JZ in this small platform, I do have a lot of parts that are still great that I could reuse in a new project, and I'm really looking forward. So I hope you stay with me. And I'm gonna be selling a lot of stuff, including the camera, which I'm recording this video. I'm gonna be selling, the wheels, there's suspension, there are a lot of things, probably the Brembo brakes, there are a lot of things that I'm gonna be probably selling just to get some cash in and be able to first fix the engine, which is what worries me the most, and number two, be able to find a clean shelf and probably start over. So if you stay up till the end, I really want to say thank you very much for staying with me. I really want to say I appreciate your support. Every single person that has been part of this journey, I appreciate you guys. I really love the support and the friendship that we were able to make, within these probably 24 months that we have been wrenching in this car. So with that, have a good one. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Start a beautiful 2024 and peace out.